Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FTRL. We are in week 7 now of our 12-week season, so officially into the second half and officially into the professional stage of the career mode. So we've clawed our way through the snow and the dirt out of semi-pro, and everybody's back on terra firma this evening. Joining me this evening, as always, Mr. Lee Cole. Good evening.
Hello there.
How's things?
Welcome. Very good, very good. Yes, our careers are progressing nicely. Starting out with a twinkle in our eye back in the cots 6 weeks ago. We have earned our stripes and stars, and now we are about to start tackling the big leagues of the professional era of our careers. And we are here at the Red Bull Ring in the Porsche Super Cup. Of course, a stalwart of the F1 support package, and a one-make series across the globe, which has produced some fantastic races for Porsche across the years, and also provides great action pretty much everywhere they go. Of course, everybody in equal machinery, so it is really all down to the drivers tonight, and yeah, who's going to come out on top.
So finally moving away slightly from a crazy collection of cars.
Now I would say it's completely out of the equation that somebody's going to throw itself at us just yet, but we shall see.
Nonetheless, back on slightly more familiar territory. So, Red Bull Ring tonight. We've got the short track to start with, and then the full circuit.
Yep, a sprint race on the short, an endurance race on the long. Qualifying was 10 minutes, and on pole is yours truly. Absolute stonker of a lap straight out of the box, and they couldn't get anywhere near it thereafter. So, but then neither could anybody else, so it was all good. Also, you will notice now, as we go through, all the cars now will look slightly similar, because we have added a teams aspect to the championship going forward. So there are 4 teams of 4 drivers which were picked. So 4 teams' captains were picked based off their standings, and then the remaining 12 drivers were decided by a wheel at random and assigned to the drivers. So we will go through the runners and riders. You want to do it now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Going anywhere. So let's have a look at who we've got then. So first up is Team Shell, or to Shell and back, as we're officially called.
Trying to find a good angle to see their car, but there just isn't one. So
we'll have to look at the cars in a bit more detail when we go kicking off. But yes, so it's myself, it's Odon, it's Nobby Norris, and unfortunately the absent Goose for us. That's the team. Next up is Team 175. Jadon, or the pretty one, is the captain of that one, and he got given the old guard of FTRL. He's got Zom, Dusty Fossil, and Johnny Boy alongside him with a combined age of 175, and thus the name of the team once again. Of course, their livery designed by Dusty Fossil. Sorry, go throwing that back too far there. So expect them to be the best looking cars on the grid for the rest of the season.
Just noted the tagline on the back says where every step's a gamble.
Fantastic sense of humour as always there. Third, and what a qualifying effort it was, Nobby Norris. Absolutely hooned it around and got himself onto the second row. Great effort from Nobby. He's a big fan of this Porsche, and he really hooked up in qualifying there. So great effort from him. That was on pure pace as well.
So Nobby's really got to go for it in the pro era. Then he's a late bloomer, seemingly. He's currently languishing towards the bottom of the league table at the minute, just a single point. So let's see if he can pick up some extra ones tonight. And we've got Dusty Fossil.
Okay, Dusty Fossil, aforementioned. So 2 from Team Shell, 2 from Team 175 on the first 2 rows, and third we've got, I can't remember the official name. Team Jaffa Cake.
Let's go with that. Team Jaffa.
So Team Jaffa. So that's Homer, who was the team captain, leading by example up on P5 on the grid, and alongside him, now I've forgotten the name. What do they call themselves?
Oh God, I don't remember.
Hang on, let me go in the Discord. There we go in the Discord.
Were they the Baskin Robbins team? Or is that the other team? No, that's them. Yeah. Team Baskin.
Not the team leader for that team, but he is up there in P6. Another good qualifying there from him.
P7. And we've got Biggles.
The Team Jaffa Cake team captain, Biggles, starting P7. Yeah. Alongside him is Graham then. It's just Mikey who's filling in.
Wild Mikey appears.
Mikey's appeared and put himself on the 4th row of the grid, so solid qualifying from Mikey. Filling in for Team Bobbins. Then we've got Odon in third of the Shell cars. Great effort from him in P9. Ross, who was filling. Now we need to figure out, by the way, who Ross is actually racing for this week.
Yeah.
Obviously, we lost Goose and Oblivion because they were stuck together in Leeds because their car broke down. Ross
We may
still
have
for one of them.
We may have to flip a coin.
We may have to flip a coin at some point, so bear with us on that one.
I don't think it was ever decided.
Your beige livery, of course. Though.
Yeah, I think Ross, to be fair to him, did ask who he was racing for, so he could get the livery. He didn't really get a straight answer, so he's just gone straight beige. Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I'm supposed to say, we asked first for a driver, so just saying. 11th is Glyn in the third of the Jaffa Cake cars. Solid effort from him. New man on wheel this season, and has continued his good form.
Aaron's in the chat saying Ross said he races for himself and only himself. He wants his own team. That may be the fairest way to go, to be honest.
Maybe. Half his points given to the two teams. Then.
Yes.
12th Royston in the third of the team Bobbins cars. Then we've got Jonesy in the fourth of the Jaffa Cake cars. Zom in the 175 car. And then Beach in P15 in the second of the 175 cars. Then. So 25 laps and at times 2 tyre wear for the sprint race. Without further ado,
let's go.
Let's get the show on the road.
Already at 4 red lights, so it's going to be a quick start. Away we go, pretty good start from James. He's getting up the inside.
I think it's Mikey. Was it Mikey? Somebody had it was Derek. Had a terrible start. Now watch the middle of the pack. Watch towards the back of the pack.
Woo! Oh, it's all very congested.
There's 3 cars around.
Oh dear. We've lost Mikey, we've lost Glyn, and we've lost Derek.
You may want to watch from Derek's point of view from that first corner.
Alright, so we're on board with Derek. Terrible start. Everybody flying past him. He's going to look to go down the inside.
Contact with Glyn.
Oh, and then he gets turned around.
And takes, unfortunately, Derek and Mikey with him. I think Zom ends up waiting up because I think he thought he caused this.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Missed at the start
down
was
P12.
Oven stealing the lead.
Yeah.
On the run up to turn 1 and a penalty already for Nobby Norris.
Oh dear, so Nobby's slipping back down to P5 and now he's serving his penalty and Ross is going to go past as his Biggles. Oh, no, not quite. Homer.
Homer served a penalty then as well, I think.
Yeah. Almost blocked the road between them. Maybe another penalty for Nobby Norris. He was very close to the edge there. And again.
He's wide there. Wide again out the final corner.
Homer now challenging P5. And that is a full second.
Nobby Norris. He's had 1.5 seconds penalty before he's even finished a lap.
All that hard work in qualifying quickly being undone. He fights his way around the first corner. In the background, somebody else going a bit wide. Very, very short lap this. We're looking well under a minute. Just obviously why we've got 25 laps for the sprint race. Nonetheless, Nobby's about to serve his penalty, and Royston coming round the outside of Odon into P7, and he's going to take P6 when Nobby serves his penalty. Royston in the chat, good evening Royston, we're just about to see you collect P6. And there he goes, and Nobby, there's a lot of squealing of tyres going on ahead, somebody else going wide. Ross has a second penalty now.
Yeah, track limit penalties here are vile.
So easy, so easy.
Turn 1. The sort of S's bit in the middle of the lap and the final couple of corners as well.
It's not only running wide, it's cutting the corners on some of the corners on the inside as well. Oof, this first corner, particularly dangerous.
Duking out.
What's going on out here? It's
at the pack there for
Beach challenging for P9, backs out a bit.
Biggles gets one as well. Biggles has had a bit of a plummet down the grid.
Yep, sensible from Beach there. He was thought about the move, but decided to hang back, and now he's probably going to get the place anyway. Round they come, and yeah, Biggles peels off to the side. Oh, but he's not serving that penalty just yet, though.
That's strange.
Yeah. Thought he collected it early enough, but maybe not.
So he's got to wait another lap for that. I'm thinking about moving to the final corner. Not quite close enough.
Yeah. Zom trying to recover. There's been a bit more drama further back. Mikey's back in P13. Nobby 14th and Glyn at the back trying to catch up. But James still leads. Gonna drop him back. Should still be alright for P3, but it's gonna drop him off the front too. Yeah, you just don't serve your penalty on the same lap, apparently. You
No, I think it's just
have to wait till the next lap. Yeah.
Unless you get it at the start-finish line, I think you get a lap's grace.
Yeah. Biggles looks to have escaped.
Or not is a different story.
Looks to have escaped with P9, courtesy of that. So he's hanging on there. Up ahead it's now Jonesy with a penalty. Desperately trying to keep track of all of these. Most people up front have had a fairly solid start. Another penalty for Carl though, and he is slowing down, or is it the same one? It's the same one. Can't keep track of which lap it is. Yeah, there we go.
The half-second penalty isn't horrendous.
Yeah, you don't lose a huge amount.
Too much.
It's not a long way to the next corner, is it? So not too bad.
I've given myself and James a bit of a comfortable lead up front.
Yep. Gap up front.
Gap out a minute.
Yeah.
However,
slightly purple.
Fastest lap.
Yep. Just clawing back a couple of tenths. Oof, really fighting the Porsche over that turn one curb.
A couple of moments in qualifying and so on, they were pressing off that curb and ending up in the wall on the inside, like Lando did.
It is. Yeah, that's the problem with that turn. It is the quickest. It is the quickest way through. It just unsettles the car so much.
Got to ride against it. Really, is the best way to get right up against it, and that's kind of the quickest line. But the curbs just unsettle these cars. I mean, the handling update has definitely made this Porsche a lot more drivable than it was prior to the last update.
Yes, it was a bit twitchy, wasn't it?
Yes, so a few people.
Oh, a second penalty. That really does hurt you. So he's back down to 11th. Plenty of time to recover though. Derek back up to P10. Lots of people in the chat watching. Everyone's in. Fantastic. We've got Biggles, Unsafe, Callum, Homer, Aaron Taylor in the chat. Who's that?
Who? Another penalty for Ross for looking further up the road there. So
yeah.
Carl leaked. Another half second for him. Justy Fossil has Homer.
He's under pressure
for company.
Anything Homer can do here. There's not a huge amount of time to gain down the straight to get any slipstream, especially on the shorts track. It's going to be very close. Going to C1. Takes it nice and I was about to say nice and safe, but caught the uplift of that slope. This is a very short track for these cars, isn't it?
Yeah. This section here is very tricky, like that sort of loop, because the car changed for the lead.
Oh, hello.
Orban had a penalty.
What happened there? Another penalty.
He had a second penalty because he ran wide at the penultimate corner the lap before. He also had a second penalty, so the chasee becomes the chaser and vice versa. Now,
just over a third of the way.
Notice though, which will play a factor later on, is one of us forgot to put their brake bias all the way to the back.
I think I know which one.
You can see already the tyre wear, even though only on ×2. It's just starting to play a little bit of a factor.
Yeah.
I see it a lot more evident on my car than James.
It's not horrendous, but it's
brake bias position.
Yeah, okay.
It's still glued together at front.
It's not horrendous, but definitely will start to affect the car come the end. Yeah.
And of course, as the tyres get more worn, you slide more. The more you slide, the more they wear. The more they wear, the more they slide. Again, pushing the boundaries.
Whoop. Meanwhile, the growing battle that we were watching is pretty much as you were. Only a 10th gain for Homer on that last lap. Can he be a bit more aggressive this time through turn 1? He's deliberately avoiding the curb, but I don't think it's helping him that much.
No, you have to kind of attack the inside of turn 1, but not take too much because it will bounce you up and bounce you wide. But
even if you miss that curb, there's like a dip in the track which throws you off anyway. But having said that, Homer is purple through that sector, so what do I know? It's just not finding enough.
thing is, I seem to
be able to make a move.
Qualifying lap also, like even qualifying, everybody was getting purple sector 1s in qualifying, but nobody could beat my time.
Yeah.
So I think my second sector was just ridiculous.
This is a chance here. James might look to the inside. He's got most of a run, but backs out. Long way to go yet. It's really fighting to get the power down, but it's not quite enough.
Just dancing around.
Yeah.
The Porsche is one of the best handling cars in French. There's a GT3, obviously, could it being sort of mid to rear engines, it's got sort of the perfect weight distribution. So there's cars, I think a few people were saying that they actually, I think Robin Hosh said he tried no traction for the first time.
Ooh.
Which is interesting when I see that both Homer and Royston have it on.
Yeah. I think some.
Especially, I thought Homer. I'm surprised Homer does.
Yeah. Yeah, strange that. I know some people just have had it on and do have it on pretty much by default. Yeah, some people pretty much do have it on just by default because it helps them. Oh, and there's a bit of a shove wide. James is going to wait up. Does that bring the chasing pack any closer? Not really. Still a big old gap.
Well, they did there, though.
Oh, and there is a penalty. Yeah. Now, what's going to happen here?
Bastard. Well, I've got a lap to sort it out.
Yeah. Does James have that long a memory?
We shall see.
Is he just going to see you serving your penalty later and get all excited?
Between, look at the tyre wear between mine and James.
Ooh. I won't help squealing around that final corner. May be able to make the move. That's right, unsafe. Yep, this is the sprint race, and then we will have the the full layout, the GP layout after this for the endurance. I know it doesn't seem like a sprint race because there's 25 laps, but it is a very short lap. So yeah, about 20 minutes for the sprint race, and I think did we say was it 40 minutes for the endurance, or was it 60 in the end?
Roughly about that. It was probably a bit longer because I think it's 38 laps, so it's probably about closer to an hour.
Okay, good. Penalty served.
James very kindly did wait.
Yes.
I appreciate that, James. That's good. Good edge
there.
Good
sportsmanship. Just also holding on to P3. Ross is
bring those two into that battle ever so slightly now. With a little bit of time.
I'm getting there. Ross is pretty comfortable at the minute in P5. Royston coming under pressure. He has got his way up to 6th, or maintained 6th anyway. Unsafe release wants to know 200 laps special state route X when. Well, if there's going to be any season to do it, it will be this season. So, wait and see. Can you imagine? I know I would penalise anyone so harshly for rage quitting the race as well.
Absolutely.
But no, you must drive the next 180 laps by yourself.
Oh, the background was that? It was that spinning out.
Oh, Jonesy, what's happened? We're definitely going to rewind that. Coming over the curb, trying to get on the power. No.
Bad skill.
Yeah. So that is hopefully for Jonesy P9. On behind him, fortunately, Vim is serving a penalty, which is going to allow Beach back into it. Oh, did you lose the screen there?
No, it's gotten really pixelated for me.
Ooh. Let's hope the stream makes it to the end. It's still streaming okay, I think. If you do see any issues on the stream, anyone, please do let us know. I'm going to blame Lee's internet for now.
Right, I'm going to come out and restart my game. This is terrible.
Okay.
I can't watch this.
So a bit of a the scrap resumes for P1. Lee is trying to hold on. He's cut a lot of the inside curve there as James runs wide, and now he's pushing him around the final corner as they head down for the end of lap 15. James has picked up a half-second penalty. I don't know how Lee got away without one there, but he did, so that will help matters. And in the meantime, it doesn't really look like Dusty Fossil and Homer, as Homer takes a lot of air over that first curve. It doesn't really look like they're going to work together to try and get back in touch. They're battling away as well for P3, and that will keep Ross interested as well. Royston P6, hold on P7 still, so little groups of 2 just forming. Then we've got Biggles comfortable in P8, and then Jonesy recovering after his accident, still in 9th with Zom, Beach, Nobby in P12, Glyn, Derek, and Mike has slipped all the way to the back. And just in time. Perfect. I'm so happy with that. That couldn't have gone any better. And now we see the yellow flag, so he's sideways on the track with the leaders approaching. He manages to get going again just in time. I swear I catch them every time. at least as far as Mike's concerned. So that penalty has given me a bit of breathing room. Not a huge amount, but a bit. Let's see if we can get that qualifying pace back again, but the tyre is looking not great now. How's the screen now, though? Any better?
Yeah, going down now.
Good.
Pressure for third.
Yeah. Everybody else
no man's land, a bit of
spreading out a little bit. Let's see what these lap times are like. Royston in a 49.6 and a 49.6 for Odon, so not a lot between those two. Biggles further back, slightly faster, but that won't be enough to catch him any more positions. And then everybody else is a little bit spread out. Mikey's picked himself up a penalty just so he can get in the way of the leaders. I'm sure, being the consummate professional he is, he will get out of the way and not cause any trouble. I don't think he meant to get out of the way there, but he did run wide. Oh, and those tyres really starting to tell now. And what is going to happen here? Ooh. That was fun. Just about holding on, but only just. And this is a long way to go now, with that amount of tyre left. James is all over the back of him. Of course, this is not just a battle for the lead of the race, battle for the lead of the championship as well. Both drivers leading the way on 16 points after week 6. Oh yeah, I know. There was a couple of reports to sort out, but all done now.
Wonderbar.
But yeah, it's at the minute it is these two leading the way on 16 points each. Biggles on 15 in third, but in this race he's all the way down in P8 and with a half-second penalty. I was about to say he's about to be caught, but he's not. It's Mikey behind him, so he's okay. Just Tossel and Homer still together. It's at the front where the battle is really starting to catch line now.
I just couldn't get, obviously, the turn through the corner
no
to
grip.
sort of push away, so
Yeah.
it was just there, and I couldn't take him off. So, just feel the pressure. I missed the one where I proper squeezed him up against the wall. So, yeah, he got a nice run at the start, finish rate, I squeezed him right to the inside, and then when we just stayed there all the way up to the corner, and I was like, right, we're just going to arrive at the inside. As you were.
Owen says, whose team is Ross on in the end? We don't know, is the answer to that.
Coming up at the end of the stream.
Yep.
Heads for mine, Owen, tails for yours. How about that?
If you're in the stream and you're on one of those two teams, I want to know what you want to do. Do you want us to flip a coin, or should we give half points to each team? Assuming Ross gets points, of course, but he's in a pretty decent position as it stands.
Miles away.
Yeah, they're closing.
Oh, what's going up at turn 1?
Oh, hello.
Is that the leaders?
Oh,
it was.
A little bit wide.
Moment. What happened there? I can't remember. Go back. Looking down the inside.
Down the inside. Just a little bit of door banging.
wide enough, I don't get the penalty, which makes no sense.
I think it also depends if you're on or off the power as well, sometimes.
Yeah,
oh, look at that. Oh, no.
Slide.
Oh, no.
Big slide.
Oh,
Rear end.
big old twitch. And that's it. And now, here come the other two. Dusty Fossil sends in the chance to grab second, but all it's really done is slowed him up slightly. Oh, and the tyres are failing. Carl's going to go down the outside, but he's got held up again, and Homer's right there on the inside, and he takes P3, and now he's the one going to be challenging down the inside of turn 1. Is he going to make the move? Oh, he thought about it and then didn't think about it, and then everybody just turned into each other, and there's still contact going on. And still, and Lee's got a half-second penalty. He's not going to serve that until next lap, and eventually Homer gets thrown second. So James is home and dry. Oh, Homer running wide. Is that going to be a penalty for him? This could be. Yes, it is. This could be advantage Dusty Fossil. Come next lap.
Very dry lips.
Yeah. Past the Vaseline. He must have been sponsored by Vaseline at some point in his F-Zero career.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly.
100%. Several times, I think.
Several times. Royston right up on the back of Ross. Odon, he's there, but also has a penalty. Back to this battle. Carl needs to stay within touching distance, as we said before, as we've seen before. You don't lose a huge amount of time serving a half-second penalty around here. He needs to get closer. At the minute, I think he's a bit too far away. And it may well be, as you were, after these penalties are served. Yeah, he's not close enough to make the move. Oh, geez, gone for it anyway.
It almost ends up in the barrier. He's
that may cost him.
Caught him out there.
Yeah.
On to the final lap we go. Royston with a half-second penalty now, so that'll save Ross. Going on to the final lap.
Yeah. Royston should be alright for P6 still. Odon 7th. Biggles in 8th. Jonesy and Zolmar battling for 9th and 10th. Beach putting in a decent performance in 11th, although a wild Nobby Norris has appeared and looks to be challenging. And we'll keep an eye on that as well. But back to this battle.
Derek also battling.
Homer. Oh, Lee's got another penalty. Oh, on the final lap, and he's not going to serve it, and that means it's going to be a full second added on at the end, which could well cost him P3. It will indeed. Oh, what's happened on the start-finish straight? Oh, we've lost Nobby. Oh, good lord, what happened? Oh no. Where is he?
Looking at the wrong guy. Oh no.
So, closing on Beach. Beach is struggling.
Curve on the outside.
Beach is definitely struggling. The tyres are going. He fears P11 being taken away from him, and all of a sudden...
No, it's weird. I think he hit that bump on the inside we were talking about earlier.
He tried to power through it. And on the final lap. But, unperturbed, coming around the final corner. A good win, and another win this season for the Preheat Oven. Homer eventually prevails in P2. Lee will cross the line in 3rd, but will be relegated to P4 behind Dusty Fossil. Ross hangs on to 5th, Royston 6th. Odon with a full second penalty still manages to stay ahead of Biggles. Mikey crosses the line in 15th, ahead of Jonesy in 9th. Zom in 10th. Decent result for Beach in 11th. Spooked Nobby into an accident, which promotes Glyn to 12th. Derek to P13, as is becoming customary for him recently. And then Nobby eventually over the line in P14. Ooh. Yeah, so the overall table is very interesting at the minute. What I've not done is added the recent time trial event to this, which was the one a lot of people struggled with by the look of it. The Hyundai Ioniq 5N, 6N, 5N. I think in the end only 4, maybe 5 people managed it.
To be honest, I didn't even get around to doing it. I was going to do it on Saturday, Sunday, and then just completely forgot.
Oh, there you go.
So it was like 8 hours left. I was like, I'll do that in a bit.
You can't Can't do that if you want to be the legend.
We'll see.
So I think in the end it was Homer, Biggles, Dusty Fossil, and Beach who managed it.
Poor Beach.
Yeah. So
he got it, but then the guy at the top kept improving his time, didn't he? So he was considered he was going to drop back into silver.
Yes, but he's all right because nobody has understood that rule so far, which is about 2 or 3 days out. I check the board, and if anybody makes it into gold for that point, then they get the point. Because otherwise, there's a chance I'd just miss people dropping out at the end, and then it would all fall apart. So, if you can get to gold within the last sort of 3 days, of the challenge, then you're safe. So, regardless of whether or not you slip back into silver, Beach does get the point, which is his second point of the season. So it does bump a couple of people up, and it does mean that we have, coming into this week that we're replaying now, obviously we have 5 drivers separated by 3 points at the top.
Right at the top.
Right, so we're going to move on to the endurance race. Everybody please avert your eyes for approximately 15 seconds so you don't see the result on the right hand side. Of course, most of you know it anyway, but I don't, so I'm going to use my specially constructed piece of cardboard to cover the right hand side of the screen. I haven't actually got one of them, I just closed my right eye.
Just put your hand over it.
That's how it works, isn't it?
Cover off the screen, Barry.
If I just sort of half squint my eyes, I can't really see, but I can see enough to press the right button to start the replay. So, what a weird season we've got going here. I think we're looking at something approaching back to normality next season, aren't we? I believe.
Yes, I think that is the initial plan we have got.
One season of this is more than enough for now.
It's been a lot of fun, though, to be fair.
Oh, absolutely.
So, 38 laps then of the full circuit. This time, 5 times tyre wear, 5 times fuel depletion, and a 5 litre per second refuel rate. The tyre options now, no mandatory tyre requirements. However, there are only 2 sets of softs, 2 sets of mediums, and 1 set of hard tyre available. You can use them in any way, shape, or form, however you want to do it. That's the stipulation. So, back now to endurance racing action.
Okay. So, starting in the order that we finished race 1. Yep. So the preheat oven will lead us off.
A chorus of flat sixes then heading up towards turn 1 for the first time. Now, we're going to have a quick look through the tyre compound, see who's on what to start the race. We've got 3 tyre range.
So as you'd expect, the front runners on the softs, all the way down to Odon, who started on the mediums in P7. Then you've got Biggles on the softs in 8, and Jonesy on the mediums, Zom on the mediums, Derek on the softs, Glyn on the mediums, Nobby on the mediums, Beach on the mediums. Nobody attempting the hard tyre no stop, which I'm really disappointed about. Mikey's already got a penalty.
Bang, go on through to the Homer. Oh, that's some more.
Feisty. A bit early for that. And with traction control keeping him stable.
Big moves so far though. Everybody's sort of as you were. This is on super pitch. Oh, who's on the grass?
Jonesy
so pixelated, I can't see who that is.
That was Jonesy.
That was Jonesy, of course it was.
I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to attempt to... You know what?
Let me just come out.
Let me, cancel it. Please bear with us, viewers.
Stick a pause on it.
Try again. There we go.
Thanks, you.
Right, we carry on. with looking at Derek in P10 and Zom in P9.
There we go. That's cleared up.
Oh, and up ahead.
Temperamental moment.
It's Biggles versus Ross, 4 P5.
Making the moves. He's up from, was it 8th? So
yeah.
Oh, I got a big old snap there. That was very sideways and up ahead of them. I've got a run on Dusty Fossil. Homer's looking at James as well.
A much longer bit of straight now to try and make the move. Just about gets alongside. Oh, Ross with another tank slapper.
Ross demonstrating superb car control as Homer battling James for the lead. Dusty Fossils hang on for P3.
That's the great thing about these Porsches, that even if you get into that situation where the car is basically sideways, you can still rescue it.
Biggles then taking advantage that he's up to 5th. As Homer again looks for the lead.
I remember having the mother of all tank slappers when we raced these cars, for some reason at Tsukuba. And I was, on the replay, I was pointed at literally 90 degrees and somehow managed to still rescue it. This battle's still going on.
Now, we've got to run.
Down the outside.
Done.
Has P3 for now. Yep, good move. Very, very close here in the middle of the pack. Moose now P7, Odon in 8th, Derek 9th. Then Zom, Glyn, Nobby, Mikey, Jonesy with another half-second penalty, and then Beach is dropped right up at the back. I don't know what's happened there. He's got some work to do to catch up. But meanwhile, Owen still leads. So the fuel dropping off reasonably quickly. Looks like fuel's going to last maybe 9 laps. Maybe a bit longer.
About 10. I think it was about 10. 10 sort of if you just sort of drive more.
Yeah.
Obviously, a bit of fuel saving you can get to 11.
Yeah, a few more people are.
That wide.
Biggles a bit wide. Ross with a penalty. Means.
Not like to see how much it is because it's pixelated. What's going on with this tonight?
Dusty making the move down the outside. Ross just shoves him out to the side though, and that allows Royston through into P6. Ross has got the penalty to serve, so could be a couple of places gained here for Royston. Although Carl is fighting back, looking to get down the inside. Can't quite manage it though.
A little bit of a gap up for the front 3.
Yeah.
Going on.
There's a lot of battling going on here in the midfield. Ross is going to serve that penalty. Royston's a little too far back, I think, to make the move, but he's going to think about it. Oh, he's gone flying down the inside and slightly outbrakes himself. Can he hold it? Ross is back up the inside. Saw that coming. Royston attempts to switch back himself, but Ross just managed to park it on the apex. Good experience there from Ross. Holds on, and now that allows Carl to have a look down the inside of Royston into turn 1. Not quite this time.
Back then, I started 3rd, down to 7th.
Yep. Derek's still there in P9. Back up at the front. Oh, he's got a penalty there for someone. And it's for Royston. Can ill afford penalties in that midfield at the moment. Just slight gaps opening up there, allowing the front 3 just to drive their own race and try and pull a gap from the people behind them. Biggles now a little more comfortable in P4. Ross has maintained 5th.
Biggest mover so far is Biggles up 4.
Yep.
Hold on, and Derek going side by side.
Hold on's holding on, but only just. As Royston serves the penalty, and through goes Carl.
Places back.
It's going on a bit further back, and they'll be looking at the back of the sneak liveried car on Zomar. Very wide, coming to turn 1. Is not using all of the curb. Gets a nice run out as well. We know he's got the pace. Can he get it down consistently across his 38 laps? Only a hundredth of a second between him and Zom on that last lap. Let's go on board for a while with Nobby while I open up a bottle of beer. Oh, I got
a bit of fuel safe.
I got a beer and turned back and he lost about a second. What happened?
Fuel save, I think.
No, okay.
Early up because they're out of
So let's let's have a look then.
The points about this circuit is they call that sort of curve between the first corner.
That's not a corner.
A corner.
No, that's not a corner.
It's not a corner. There's also the one between what I class as turn 2, but it's technically turn 3. And the bottom of the hill is also, that curve is also a corner, not a corner. Stop it. Stop trying to justify it.
So you'd see the fuel difference between Nobby and Mike there.
Big fuel save.
Yeah, you think Mike would have saved some fuel with all these penalties he's serving, but apparently not.
True. Now, is Nobby perhaps trying to do something a little bit different?
Hmm.
Nobby has a penance for trying the unusual, as does Zom.
Obviously, if we're talking...
Zom likes a one-stopper, where he can do. Is Nobby trying something similar?
Well, if we're talking 9 to 10 laps as standard on fuel, you're looking at a 3-stopper. So to make a 2-stopper, you've got to be doing 13 laps. Or at the very least 12. Yeah.
So, see how that develops.
He's already on lap 6 and well above half fuel, so we'll keep an eye on that. I don't think the pit stops are massively long here.
No. The fuel rate's not too bad. 5 litres per second is fairly quick fuel time also.
So we shall wait and see.
Front 3, handy little gap now, but not really pushing each other at the moment, just keeping a watching brief. That home was 29.8, although James has one just marginally slower.
Yep.
29.8 as well.
Tyre wear is practically identical between the two of them.
Fairly equal times as well.
Yeah.
James got a little bit of a gap, and they're all on 29.8, so that's how equal
29.8, 29.8, 29.8. Let's see about this lap. Slightly slower from James up time, 30.1, 30.5 out of 30.5, so tyre wear now starting to bite.
Eagles keeping a watching brief, which I think will soon. Little gaggle.
Another penalty for Royston.
Odon and Derek. That's about the sort of time that the medium tyres are going to start to come in.
Yeah.
The softs have just lost their edge, and now Odon trying to worry. Royston has got a half-second penalty as well.
Yeah. A little behind him. Yeah.
Well.
Oh, hello.
A little bit close there in the braking zone, just maybe lost his reference. Good ball to avoid, smashing into the back. Has cost himself a couple of car lengths.
So let's stay on board for a minute and see if Odon can gain it all and get a bit closer in time before Royston serving his penalty. Running a little bit wide there, but holding the line. Still getting full throttle out. Oh, hello.
He's got drunk and he's pushing buttons, everybody. Whee!
No, they are not yet managing to gain. He's not going to get close enough. With that penalty, Royston goes defensive nonetheless.
So right in the braking zone, to be fair.
Yeah. Close right in.
Maybe it's just the effect of the tyres as well.
Oh, Odon right on the edge, but he's got a good run. This could be the opportunity. Comes to the inside. Has the inside line, and there's then really no way to go. Ooh, bit of contact.
Side by side.
Yeah.
He's behind now.
He's made it. Royston's still there, and Derek suddenly appeared on the scene as well. Is he going to help his teammate? Is he going to try and take the position himself?
Bump, or what's going on the brakes to the outside?
Is he going to try and switch back? He is. There's nowhere to go. Not yet. No.
Far through. Again, sort of Derek sort of held up a little bit. Then that's bringing P10 Glyn.
Yeah, here he comes.
Also, Glyn and Zom in the background coming into this battle now as well. So there's 3-car battles, we're becoming a 5-car battle.
Zom's there setting 1:30.8 on his last lap on the medium, so that's good pace.
Yeah, medium's coming into their own now.
Yep.
So the switch has happened between what's the best tyre.
Yep. Further upfield, Ross has picked himself up a penalty. Biggles in P4, closing in slightly. And as we head towards the end of lap 8, a couple of people looking pretty worn.
James.
Yeah, indeed. So this lap over a 1:30.6 and a 1:30.4, so it takes another small chunk out of him. And we have our first pit stop.
First pit stop then. Although I've said that, so the back has maybe pitted already.
So lap 8.
Quite a way off the back there. Is it Johnny who's off the back there? I think he might have pitted already. No. Just had a drama somewhere.
He's saving a lot of fuel. Coming towards the end of lap 8, but unfortunately he's had a...
something else as well. That's a lot of fuel. He's on half a tank on lap 8.
Wow.
He's trying to one-stop.
If he's trying to one-stop, he's not quite going to get there, unfortunately. And he also is lapping something in the region of 2 to 3 seconds a lap slower than everybody else. So
yeah,
it's gonna hurt.
Stint, isn't it?
As you can see, he's just coming round the corner now, with the guys who are pitting coming out behind him. So up front, James still holding the lead, but the times are dropping for both of these guys. Is this going to be the lap to pit and just run the soft tyres all the way? In they come.
In.
Not for Biggles though, one more lap.
Like tyre-wise, looking good to be fair. Saved enough fuel. So oven best on fuel, 27 litres.
Wow.
Okay, we're down on 16, from 22, so in the middle. So
is anybody else?
They're doing a very good job on the fuel.
Nobody else choosing to pit. Obviously the medium runners are carrying on, but a couple of them are looking a little short on fuel. Yep.
So split strategies up front. It's going to pay off. And Jonesy and Mikey with half-second penalties. Nobby's rubbing his hands together. He'll lose the car from behind and gain on the car in front. Oh, Mikey's caught the curb. Gathers it.
He's okay. They're coming out of the pits with less fuel than everybody else.
Yeah, James there.
There's James, it gives him a healthy lead.
Again.
Yeah. Obviously gone 9 laps that time, so yeah, gonna need to do a little bit more than that to make the free stop. It should be okay.
On the softs, and also on the softs, a bit more fuel for the mediums.
You come out on the mediums. Interesting. Oh, let's see. Beach currently in P12, and then up ahead, Nobby is holding off Jonesy, and now he's going to get a little bit of breathing room as Jonesy serves his penalty. Nobby on a personal best. Mike is definitely going to be in this lap. That's an interesting line through that corner as he tries to make the pit.
Ross, Glyn and Zom in. 4 litres for Biggles, 15 for Ross. That's a great fuel save from him as well.
That's a violent pit entry from Mike.
Zom is kind of accepted. To be fair, Ross is very good on fuel, as is Zom.
Yep, so these guys made him a lot more fuel. Does that mean Zom gets to jump Glyn? Let's see the fuel going in. Oh yes, he's slightly ahead of him in terms of how they're fueling up. It's very, very close. Got to keep an eye on these two coming out of the pits as people go through ahead. Odon assumes the lead with Nobby in P2 and James in P3. Are either of these guys going to short fuel in a bid to get out ahead? Zom slightly better, which should just get him the edge. Indeed it does, as he comes out in the medium tyres again, but Glyn opts for the softs. So those guys are out in P12 and P13. Mikey and Jonesy both exiting the pits. So, at the minute, Beach will be feeling pretty happy in P7, and he's a bit of a twitch off that curb. Obviously, he will need to stop at some point, but he's doing a good job of making that fuel last. Oh, Ross with the nearly with the send.
Looking at the inside.
He's all over the back of him. He's absolutely flying as Ross on the soft tyres. Yep, he's found his way through.
Just possible, I imagine he will let him go. Being teammates,
yeah.
He does. Will he now try and back up Royston?
He's taking a very defensive line. It's not going to help him coming out of that corner. You need a good angle. And yeah, Royston might swing all the way around the outside here. Not quite.
Gives him the squeeze.
Yep. He's just still hanging on. But Royston does manage to force his way down the inside. And a nice move to take P9.
So, in front there is Odon and Nobby Norris leading the way now. Still yet to stop as well.
Yep.
And they are some way in the lead as well in a minute. So, it does look like we do have a couple of people on different strategies. Johnny's one. Odon and Nobby are the others. Everybody else seems to be committed to the three-stopper.
Yep, so
this time around.
If he makes it.
Right on the cusp.
That is incredibly low off fuel, given that he's got another sort of 3 or 4 corners to go.
But you don't lose too much time fuel during this part of the lap. So I think it's one where you're lifting off.
Yeah, true.
A bit of braking in this one, so you don't lose quite so much as you do sort of on the run up between turns 1 and 2 and 2 and 3.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. A bit of strategy insight from Derek in the chat. So, right up to just before the start, I had planned to do 2 times 13 laps on 1 set of hards. Would have left 12 on the mediums, changed my mind at the last minute. Yeah, I don't know about that, to be fair. I think the time lost from changing a set of tyres is probably, a few seconds. And to commit yourself to 26 laps on the hard tyres.
Norris going again.
Wow.
So that'll be on fumes as he rolls into the pit lane.
Yep, a full 13 laps for Nobby. He's done a good job there. James is probably about 7 or 8 seconds back.
James also just banged in the fastest lap of the race. Look at that.
Yep, 1:29.5.
He's going fastest. What's Homer doing behind him, lap time wise?
1:30.1.
So yeah, getting 5, 6, 7 cents a lap there at the minute.
Yeah, he's got slightly less fuel, but he is pulling out that gap.
Am I doing on the mediums behind?
To be fair, yeah, Derek's probably, to be fair, the hard tyres are not the tyres they used to be, to be fair, are they?
No, I think they
do a decent job.
The softs are more usable now.
I don't know, I quite enjoyed that change when it used to,
yeah.
When they made that, when the soft just fell off a cliff after about 3 laps.
Yeah.
But I think they caved a little to everybody moaning. Oh well. So Ross is 6th, closing on Beagles, but he's done a 1:30.1 as well. But he's got himself another penalty. And they are starting to cost him a little bit. He has dropped Carl. He's in P7 and being chased down by Royston on the soft tyres. And we've got Derek in 9th, Zom in 10th, Glyn, then Beach in 12th. Still yet to stop. Honestly, if he'd managed to save enough fuel to make the 1 stop work, he could have found himself in a very good position, but I don't think he's going to make it, unfortunately, with him. As we see Nobby finally into the pits on end of lap 13 start lap 14. So some fresh white rims. And then sees himself drop probably close to the back of the pack by the time he comes out. But obviously we'll have a lot more fuel than everybody else when he does exit.
It's difficult to look at the lap time difference there. He was lapping at 31s, 32s.
Yeah.
So he's losing 2-3 seconds a lap. Clearly the pit stop time is about 30 seconds. And it's going to be tight as well. I think he's going to struggle to make that work as long. It's very silent.
Yep. Royston
again
looking to challenge. Mike in the chat saying, I think me and Odon have a nice battle now. Mike, if I cut to you and you're sideways in a wall. Okay, no, he is there. He's not close enough for a battle yet, so we'll cut back in a half a lap or so. They are both closing in on Beach, who will hold them up. He is on the red line now, fuel. He should get one more lap out of that if he wants to. So that puts him in an unusual position. I suppose he could do another stint like this on the mediums and then go on to the softs for the end. These two closing in. Is Odom going to be able to find a way through? He's going to try and go all the way around the outside.
He's gives him the room.
Or if he can pull it off.
Ooh, Mikey, I think he's getting a bit of a nudge there.
Yeah.
And then Odom now sideways and
all sort of got into each other a bit, yeah. And Beach has unfortunately been relegated to 13th, and Mike and Odom will continue their battle. Mike has the inside line.
Dirty from Mike.
A little bit sideways coming out, and that gives Odom a run.
Inside.
It's already alongside. Yeah, gets inside. Mike's going to look for the switchback, but he runs into the back of him. He has far too much overspeed coming out. I think Odom got a bit of a slide on. Unfortunately for Mike, he goes into the back of him, and that will give Odom the place for now. Oh yeah, Beach just losing bags of time now, having to save fuel and looking on pretty worn tyres. So he's made it to lap 15, unfortunately.
Not on the window, is he?
Not quite enough.
One more.
Yeah. A bit further up, Glyn and Zom having a bit of a go.
James is absolutely romping away. That lead,
it's gone.
It's extending out. What's lap times? His lap times. Dipped into the 29s, but
oof.
James solidly. Look at that: 29.2, 29.6, 29.6,
consistent
30s. So
yeah, consistent mid 29s with no loss in fuel either.
Is just hammer down, hammer time.
Yeah, he's got slightly less fuel, but only slightly less. He's miles in front.
So bear in mind how close we all were when we came in. He underfueled a little bit, but that gap now is absolutely huge.
Still going solidly in third. Ross and P4 having a bit of a moment. Biggles is closing in. Ross says at 129.9.
Win, so what's happened to Biggles? Has he had an lap somewhere?
Well, he's at a 132.
31s, and then there's an incident last time around. He might have been off somewhere. She's lost him a place to Ross.
He just needs to stay in touch. Wait for those soft tyres and Ross's to go off. He may get a chance again.
16, so those tyres are about 7 laps old again. So we're getting close to pit stops for those on the softs again. In the background.
Yeah, Glyn's the one who's maybe going to start struggling soon with those tyres. In the meantime, the battle continues.
On board with Mike, Joe?
Why not?
See if we can pressure him into a mistake from the fuel.
Pressure Odom into a mistake or pressure himself?
Oh, himself.
Okay. Ooh.
Ooh.
Correction.
Got to run though. Hold on. Should be saving fuel again. He's now got to run.
Here he comes.
To the inside. No, he's going to give him the inside line.
It's not going to go for it this time, but he has forced Odom wide. Spooked him a little bit. Can he get down the outside now? He's got ahead. Nicely done.
Braking himself.
Mike takes P11. And then immediately runs wide. He's okay.
Just giving him the room.
Yeah.
He's through now, so getting up to his beloved P11.
Nice battle this. So who's seen the next time trial so far?
What is it?
It is an interesting one. So it is the Subaru WRX Group 4 at Fuji. No chicane. But it's in wet weather.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I
reeled you in with that. I reeled you in with that one, didn't I? And dropped it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's intermediate tyres. It's. I don't think it's not an overly tricky one. Obviously, the Subaru is pretty good for that sort of weather, but it's still obviously a wet weather time trial. So
we did the BTCC season, and myself and Dartbolt were in the Subaru, and we did a wet race here, and literally we were first and second.
Yes, I remember.
Just fucks off into the distance. It was just me versus him for the win.
So it's not like you're sliding all over the place in it. Nope. If anybody, yeah. So if you want to give it a go, it might be a good one for a goal. It's still, obviously the goal time is a bit of a challenge to get. There is already a saved replay shared if you want to see what a gold lap looks like. I'll just say. Oh yeah, I'm so far behind now.
A lot of time there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That stint. He's just able to bang in 29s at home. We're only getting a couple.
Morrison coming into the pits as well. So the guys carrying on now, looking to get the advantage in terms of just going a bit longer, having to put in less fuel when they do stop. Although there'll still be 2 more stops after this, I imagine, for these guys. Yeah. Just Fossil very low on fuel now, as is Derek. Going behind him slightly more. And then Zom slightly more than him, so could be a place or 2 gained for Zom if he can keep up the pace for the rest of this stint. Maybe come in early and just look to jump them in the pits, or maybe he can try and overlap. We'll wait and see. James is out in P8, just ahead of Mikey. He's now onto the medium tyres. Because, of course, he's used his 2 softs now, hasn't he? So, he now has to go onto the mediums. That's right, isn't it? It was two of each.
Yep.
Was the limit?
2
yeah.
into 1 hard.
Yes. Not seen anyone try the hard tyre yet, which I'm a bit surprised about. As we said, they're not the disaster tyre they used to be, so I'm surprised nobody is. Oh, there we go. Speaking of which, Nobby has gone to the hard tyre.
So, only closing on Jonesy.
So he
will release him.
To be fair, he would have to at some point, wouldn't he, if he's running these longer stints?
Probably 10, 11 laps out of the soft tyres, even looking after Derek and Glynn are in.
Yeah. So that'll promote Jonesy.
Yep.
Yep, he lets Homer through.
So Glynn, one of the cars in, the other 2 switch places, as Homer is supposed to try and close down on Oven.
Like he's up to a lofty P6.
What times is Oven going to be doing then on these medium tyres? Crosses in the gravel turn 3.
It's not going to help. His tyres are very second hand. All 4 of them. That's quite an effort.
He's good. He's got his brake bar sorted.
Yeah.
He's got perfect wear.
But you can see how much he's struggling to make literally any corner right now.
The tyres aren't as effective as they used to be either, are they? The dirt sort of comes off a lot quicker than it used to.
Yeah. Again, I'm not enamoured with that change. I thought it was good. If you went wide, you were struggling for at least the next few corners as Ross does come into the pits. Just about.
Lap, wasn't it?
Yeah. They seem to swing wildly between one extreme and the other. I think if they reduced it by a corner or 2, it would have been fine. But now it seems like it has almost no effect. Zon nearly ends up in the barrier coming into the pit.
It's pushing the pit entrance there. Fair play.
So everybody into the pits, with the exception of the race leader as he resumes the actual race lead.
Of course, he's now used his soft tyre allocation, so he's now got mediums or hards to the end.
And Odon's still going with a decent chunk of fuel left, so he's definitely on for the 2-stop. But already behind James, obviously.
Yep, so any chance of the win I think is gone.
Yeah, but he's not a million miles up. Not a million miles behind. He will be lacking for pace, but with the tyres starting to go in actually the tyres are fine.
Battle for 3 currently, a lot closer than it was.
Indeed. And Lee is out with a lot more fuel. A lot more fuel.
Again, so I've got the softs to the end.
Yep. So Biggles and P5 out on the mediums, also with a full tank of fuel. So these three could start to come together towards the end.
That's cleared Ross again as well. Drop back behind him.
I'm enjoying this. It's
in the pit sequence.
In amongst all our nonsense and plumbing the depths of, for God's sake, plumbing the depths of GT7. I missed a good endurance race. Nobby's doing a really solid job so far. Now we've got a battle brewing between S28 and Royston. And Carl was further ahead than that, I think. I'm right in saying.
So, just fossils on. What tyre is he on?
He's on the mediums. As is Royston.
Well, so yeah, on the same tyre. Royston's been a bit of a revelation the last couple of weeks, of course.
Yep.
It was an excellent touring car week at Alsace, and then pulled out a couple of great results last week as well in the Rallycross.
Here he comes. Looking to make this move.
Got the run, got the inside. What he's now to do is just sort of brake with him.
Oh, he's very late on the brakes. Lovely switchback.
Great switchback from just.
Oh, he's somehow managed to find the acceleration though and stay alongside. I'm not sure how he managed that. He's on the outside still though. Carl's going to drop back in behind, is he? Yep.
Can't get on the inside. Royston driving to right down the middle of the road.
Yep.
Will they get to that curb?
Here comes Carl again.
Yeah, again.
This time he's going to get ahead of him.
Around the outside.
Yep. This time he gets ahead. Cuts in front.
Top of the line. Royston going to send it back on him. A little bit of contact.
He's okay.
Just a touch.
Can he get the power down?
He survives. Very good.
Just a hint of traction control on the exit, and he's dropped a little bit of time. Really good battle though. Bit further back, Zom and Glyn are back together, and Derek is there as well, going a little bit wide. Mike in P13, Beach in 14th, and Jonesy out on the soft tyres now in 15th. Oh, that gap is growing again. Odon now back into the 132s. He must have just had a bit of a scruffy lap. Yeah, the tyres aren't too bad. If you can just keep the pace up a bit, keep it into the 131s, he may be on for a decent result. Oh, a full second and a half of penalties for Ross.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure how he's managed that.
Must be the second, probably the final couple of corners.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And then half second, maybe turn one.
Unfortunately for Nobby, he's still a little bit too far back for to be able to gain the place. But you can see Ross come quite a bit closer, which may give him some encouragement. He's setting 133s though, Nobby, and he's got Dusty and Royston and Zom closing in behind, which would be more of a concern for him. Squealing of tyres.
Somewhere.
Everyone's okay.
Well, and then is that Derek as well in the background? So a bit of a train coming together here.
These guys could all start to concertina up behind the shell car very soon. Yeah, so as you said, Nobby doing a good job, but the lap times obviously on the hard tyres, not the quickest. That is a 1:33.7, so he's starting to struggle here. Maybe just
Dusty Fossil do that lap.
1:31.0.
Taking 2.7
I think
seconds out of him.
It's not really.
It's just too much loss, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not really the tyres. He was setting 1:32, so the tyres haven't gone off that much. I think it's just been a little bit inconsistent. He needs to pick the pace up again. That's not going to happen now because he's going to come under pressure.
Think about the track, obviously. Now the sun's gone in a little bit now. It's darker on the track. It's cooled down a little bit. It's getting sort of dusk time.
Already.
Our tyres probably haven't got the warmth they need just to be sort of on point.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing you don't. You can't really keep track of in this game, is it?
I mean, I don't know if it got to me at some point, but I found on this stint, particularly on the medium tyres, they came alive for me. I was doing 29s on the mediums.
Wow. Yeah, Nobby is losing places now as Royston goes all the way around the outside. Lovely move from Royston. Zom is a bit wide.
I think that was maybe just tyres squealing ahead there.
He's still holding position. Odon is now into the pits for his final, what will be his final stop. You would think, although he's going to have to go a long, long way in his final stint. Imagine it will be the hard tyres, and it will be a full tank of fuel and fuel saving. So this is currently in a very good position, but this is the stint that could cost him. We'll have to wait and see. Everybody going through. Mikey, Jonesy. It's only Beach is on a Jonesy and Beach is on a similar strategy to Odon, although obviously with a lot more fuel. You can imagine he'll be able to do a soft tyre stint at the end, but he is a long way back. Owen is out on the hard tyres as expected.
Other than 30s and 31s.
It's not only getting
in this stint.
Not only getting dull, it's getting very cloudy.
Of course, it can rain at the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah.
You're going to see some weather roll in. How's Homer's time in comparison to James's? James is in the low 31s. 29.9.
29.9.
Homer's actually taking a bit of time out of him here.
Yep. Let's see this lap. Still in the 30s, certainly. 30.9.
So James just saving a bit of fuel, maybe?
Has he managed to gain a bit more? Not really. Oh yeah, 30.1.
8/10.
Yeah. Yep.
And then
he's a long way ahead though.
Stage of the race.
He's a long way ahead, leading on 29.8 on the mediums. That is rapid. So Homer
together again. Although James has a healthy lead, so
yeah, Homer will be a lot more concerned with the car behind him than the car ahead at this point, I would think. He will see that time dropping. Doesn't quite click the apex on that corner.
We've probably got a couple more laps before looking at Owen and Homer's final stops, if they're going to go 10 laps.
Yeah, Homer's got a lot less fuel as well. James not doing so bad on fuel, so definitely still got the advantage at the minute. Ross still, I think Ross has been in P5 all race. I'm not seeing him move from that position.
A little bit, wasn't he? But he dropped back behind him again.
Yeah. Despite his multitude of penalties, he's setting good times. Whoop. Now the midfield battle is starting to intensify. Nobby has slipped all the way down to P11 behind Mikey. Every time. He's trying his hardest.
From ahead.
So Nobby's managed to hang on. He will only have one more stop, the same as the rest of these guys.
He's looking in this lap by the look of it.
But obviously he won't have the. No, I hope not. Obviously he won't have the fuel advantage. All of these guys will have to put in a lot less fuel when they do pit. So we'll wait and see. At the minute, not quite working out for Nobby, but you never know as he does peel into the pits. And through goes everybody else, pretty much. Oh, guess what? Ross has a penalty.
penalties in this race. 5 seconds here and there, but
yeah, they do rack up. That will... Nope, Biggles has got one for himself as well, so... Matching penalties there. Yeah, Lee is closing in rapidly on Homer, who's now struggling. Mid 130s now for Homer. And could we soon have a change for P2? Yeah, interesting to see, because yeah, the home stars are slightly worse, but they're not that bad. And yet, a 130.8 versus a 130.0. So you've got the hammer down.
What's James doing up front?
30.9. So again,
taking time out of both the cars ahead of me now.
Soars has had a big moment.
Slide there, got on that curb. To the slipstream.
Closing speed won't be enough this time. It's well within touching distance. Taking a wide line and then cutting back.
Needs to go defensive. You know what, it took me more time than I care to admit to get that corner right in this race.
It is a tricky one.
Get the car turned for ages, and I didn't realise I needed to drop to first to get it rotated. And I was trying to do it in second for so long.
Got a nice tidy line there, though.
Yeah, it cost me a lot of time in the first one.
Still trying to get the good run out of the corner. Still staring at the Jaff Cakes logo on the back of that car. Incidentally,
Ovens in.
Incidentally, I did win a prize at university for fitting the most amount of Jaff Cakes into my mouth at one time.
Well done.
Thanks.
You're very proud.
It is one of my main achievements.
Okay, now look at the fuel difference there between the oven and home.
Wow.
14 litres. That's going to be 3 seconds in fuel filling time for and that. Now, of course, I've got the soft tyres to use, so I need to pick when
race lead.
I want to deploy them.
Got plenty of fuel spare.
I don't need to fill the tank either, so I
can. We'll wait and see. It looks like Oven's got Homer covered, but maybe not the race win yet. Comes out with 93 litres of fuel, and he's going to come out in a
it's just going to be what's the gap going to
tricky position here.
At this point, when he came out, obviously, when I came out of my last stop, the gap went from about 12 seconds at the start of the second stint to about 15, 16 seconds. Obviously, it started to come down through this stint, and I think it was about 11, 10 seconds when he pitted.
I was saying, unfortunately for James, he's come out right in the middle of the midfield battle, and he's having to deal with Mikey and Derek. Derek's got a penalty behind him, but Mikey's still battling away. He wants to hold that position on very worn soft tyres. James is trying to make the move. Mike's driving down the middle of the road. James still looking to the inside. He's going very tight. And does he outbrake himself? No, bit of a twitch from Mike. He's still got it. And all of this is costing James.
Mikey's through.
He's stuck in the middle of these two Baskin Robbins cars. It's an ice cream sandwich for James.
Not where he needs to be on his outlap.
No, absolutely not.
He's a bit wide though.
The temptation must be growing and growing to just punt Mike out the way.
He just dropped it there into James.
He's still there. James switches from the outside to the inside and then back again. He still can't get through. Derek serves his penalty, drops a bit further back. Ross is into the pits meanwhile. And as Derek peels into the pits, but Mike does not. And James makes a massive dive down the inside. And he's managed to get the move done. Where's Mike? Mike spun it.
Mikey spun. Action replay, please.
He got spooked by James throwing it down the inside. Oh, and he wasn't even on the curb, he just absolutely dropped it.
He turned left into the wall. That was like he's killed himself.
Turned left on a right. It was unfortunate.
Mikey became suicide there.
It was a great job. A great job of defending that position, and then come the last corner he thought, I don't want to live anymore. I've just been into the wall. But how much time has that cost our erstwhile race leader? We will have to wait and see. Carl currently in third, but Scotch fuel, so he'll be in soon. as will Biggles, and as will yourself, Lee, but maybe not yet, maybe. Depends how many laps you'd rather do on the softs. We'll wait and see. So just running through from back to front, we've got Beach in P15, he's due to pit soon as well. Jones is just coming into the pits with pretty much no fuel. Then we've got Nobby in 13th, already having made his final stop. Glynn in P12, Royston, all these guys look to have stopped now, so Royston Zom in 11th, Royston 10th. Ross has come out in P9. Home wants to know was damage on. No, it was not, but it will be next week.
Yes, it was. Light damage was on.
What, for this race?
Yes.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay, I didn't realise. So Mike, in addition to crashing into... Oh, yes. In addition to crashing into the barrier, has also damaged his front end and front right tyre. So, it's gone well for him.
Biggles and Dusty Fossil in.
Both in.
Second and third.
As is Derek.
So that's the car out of the way for Oven. Unfortunately, no one's taking place, we can't see the gaps, which I found really annoying. But you can see there, he's at turn 1, I'm at turn 2.
Ooh.
No, you're not, I'm at turn 3, tell that.
Turn 3?
About 30 seconds, and I think the pit stop's about 38 seconds, 37, 38-ish. Look at them, so if you go back a screen, look back at James. So he did a 45 and a 55, so he lost 15 seconds and then 20, so about 35, 36 seconds.
35, 36 seconds, yeah. Well, that's actually so close to 40?
Yeah.
It depends on the lap times, doesn't it? But yeah, 35 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's about 40
and you
seconds.
are 1 minute 20 into your lap now, and it's 50 seconds, so yeah, it's 30 seconds gap as you peel into the pits. So some catching to do, but oh, hello. nailed the pit entry. That'll shave a half second off.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Got on the grass there and I had a fucking moment. I was like,
every single tenth is needed. I think sometimes people sometimes people forget that coming into the pits and have a nice little cruise in, lose a second.
So James is at the final corner. Homer is coming up to the penultimate corner. I'm refueling.
It's going to be a decent gap to catch, isn't it? But obviously on the soft tyres.
30.2. So James has just upped the pace slightly.
So you're going to exit the pits on 71 seconds. Derek wants to know how far was I behind Zom after those stops. Well, Zom was in P9, and then you, Derek, were in P11 challenging Glynn. So no more than 5 or 6 seconds, I'd say. So we'll keep an eye on that. I mean, Derek Cullen said that. James has got himself a penalty.
Jump Homer in the pits. So it was the second.
Beach is out on his soft tyres, but unfortunately it's not.
James is about 7 seconds.
Ooh, yeah.
7.5 seconds, I believe.
So coming down. James coming down to a bit there. Yeah, about 8 seconds now.
8 seconds and 7 laps.
Easy. It's a big ass.
Right?
Yeah. Over in P3, not a million miles behind, but on the mediums. And then you got Biggles in 4th still and Ross still in 5th. With a penalty, who would have thought it? Does it give Odon a chance? I mean, Odon's on the hard tyre, and I think he will be more concerned with just staying out of that pack that is probably about 5 seconds behind him. So that's, Dusty Fossil on the soft tyres, Royston on the mediums, and Zom on the softs. I think this has been a good advert for how well some of the old GT3, GT2 drivers have come on as well.
Yes.
Because they're very much holding their... Yes, you've got, obviously, you know, James, yourself, Homer, etc. in
James
front of...
GT3 champion,
of course.
The first GT3 champion.
The first.
The inaugural.
But then, yeah, these guys behind are not a million miles away. You know, Ross is in P5, and then you've got Odon, you've got Royston, you've got Zom, Glynn, Derek, all probably within about 10-15 seconds.
I mean, there's stark improvements. I mean, that's ultimately the key. I mean, it is. It doesn't have to be massive improvements. It's little by little. I mean, look at yourself, Sean. when you
Exactly.
joined and where you were when you started. To where you are sort of now, where
GT2 fuck
you're
up.
GT2 and sort of being mid-pack and then you're winning GT1 races and dominating GT1 races. So the improvements are there. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens through practice and to time and effort and learning.
It takes a while.
Some people get it quickly. Some people it takes a little longer. But you know, everybody gets there.
6 years there, Ftrl, this year, I believe, for me.
Yeah.
Real ding dong going on here. Glyn and Derek again. This is not the first time these two have been together.
The fastest lap has just changed.
Ooh, hello, 29.0. Bloody hell. Oh, Derek, looking to get the run. Got a good run off the corner, comes down the outside. It's really difficult to pass on the outside here. You've got to be fully committed. And he's going to back out, look to maybe switch back.
The inside needs to give you the room as well, which
yeah, you
not.
Just got to focus on getting a good run out of this corner, which he has done. But not quite enough.
Yeah, had an alright run as well, though. Slipstream, bringing up towards turn 1. A gap, a battle up ahead as well. Zom and Louise on the back up.
Royston in P8. Royston just about managed to hang on.
Fossil.
Yeah.
Catching out on now.
Oh, and that gap has shrunk very, very quickly. 3 seconds on the last lap. Oh my god. That is where a hard tyre strategy is going to come back to bite you. And through he goes to Fossil, nice and easy.
Strategy, isn't it? He's just got to save so much fuel. He's losing so much time. A lot of times, the one less pit stop would be the deciding factor, but here, I think the refuel rate and just the time loss you've got to suffer to make.
Surely not. Surely not. Is this some sort of challenge Ross is doing? So I'm gonna get myself a half-second penalty every lap and just see where I end up. he's just cutting turn 1 every single time. Oh yeah, Biggles is pretty comfy in people. We're set at 29.5 himself. But he's not going to catch Homer, I don't think. He's in P3. But yeah, this is the battle. So we have a 29.0, 29.4 versus a 30.3 and a 29.6. So at the minute, it's not quite enough.
I noticed on this lap, I didn't make so much time on that. I was in two tenths of that lap, and suddenly James found some time. The medium tyres definitely sort of did come into their own sort of second half of the race. I found my second stint was a lot more confident on them. Like, I was getting bang into the 29s constantly. Whereas the first stint, it was just kind of like low 30s. So I don't know if it was just track evolution with the weather.
Yeah, at the minute, it's looking pretty good. You never know. Let's go back to these midfield battles. Odon still P7. Dustfossil has passed him easily, but then Royston behind him has got a penalty, so still hope for Odon yet. Zom is looking interested in E9 as well. A few of these guys had reasonable results in the sprint, so they're potentially on the cusp of points overall. And of course, we've got now got the teams to think about as well. Royston all over the back of Owen, but he's going to have to save his penalty now. Just going to drop him back. Zom approaching, but a bit too far back. Takes that corner nicely though. Yeah, look how quickly Royston's got back into the back of Odon after that penalty. 131.7 to a 132.5. If he can get a good launch off this corner, he'll be through. Not quite yet, but he will have the braking advantage. Owen's going very, very defensive. Look at the pace advantage.
Nothing in a straight line to offer him. Royston's going to pinch him to the apex as well.
Oh, is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? It was very close. He's got away with it.
Penalty line anyway.
Yeah, so. True. So down to P8 for Odon. Oh, and a flying Zom bomb. Not quite. Owen's massively outbraked himself. but so is Zom. He's got to wait a couple more corners. He's got 2.5 laps to get it done. He should be okay. Zom's tyres not looking in great shape, to be fair.
Only 2 laps there, I think they'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be alright. He'll be alright. But
low fuel as well. They're not going to be. There's not a lot of weight on them at the moment, and shaping up, try and make a move. It's close here. Again, you can see already gaining.
Yeah. Odon's not having the traction out of the corner. Zom's going to go for a move, is he? Oh, he's backed out slightly. Owen's wide. That's going to be a penalty. He's struggling to keep it on the track. Yeah, there's the half-second penalty.
Well, yeah, just missed that curb there. Just too wide there. Zom's just sticking the nose in.
He's not going to wait for that.
Wide.
He's not going to wait for that penalty.
Odon's going to... I basically think Zom knows he'll get him.
Right, they're in the 2 seconds.
Although he'll probably get him here. Up the hill. What's Odon doing on fuel, by the way? To the inside, top Odon, a little bit naughty. Just going to right on the apex. Up on the curb. Zom's got the traction and a lot more fuel going into that engine. Owen tries to save the fuel to get him to the end, but the strategy call just hasn't worked out for him, unfortunately. Looking down the order. How's Odon doing on fuel, by the way? Should have been gone. Oh, there you go. Final lap. Gap is about 4 seconds for the lead. Despite a series of 29s. James has responded, I believe, a little bit on time as well. He's been doing high 30s like he was in his first medium stint. This might have been a closer battle, but he's done enough. I think it was all done in that second stint there on the soft tyres on the low fuel. Just ease that gap away. How's Odon's fuel, by the way, if you're going to go back to him? Just 2 corners from home then for Owen. He won the sprint race. Light on fuel, but that doesn't matter because he's got 1 corner to go. And it is double vodka or Red Bulls for the preheated Owen. He is victorious in the main race then. Second place for myself. The line then in P3, so 3 different teams in the top 3. Backed up by his team leader Biggles in 4th. Mr. P5, it is Ross, probably with a half-second penalty as he crosses the line. P5 and Dusty Fossil coming around then, he will be P6. Held off Royston. He was seemingly on his bumper for a good chunk of that final stint, and it's going to be 8th place for Zom. With some chaos coming out of the final corner between, I think it's Odon and Derek. I think Derek has pinched him because Odon ran out of fuel on the run to the line.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. my son turned up in the doorway with blood pouring out of his nose.
Oh,
lovely stuff. The joys of parenthood. Right, how did we finish? Yeah, as expected. Okay, couldn't quite catch in the end. Yeah.
No, I think it was about 3.9 at the end.
Yeah.
So despite
well,
just couldn't get that.
So there you go, finishing order. James with another double victory. That's not the first time he's done that this season.
Indeed.
There it says rewind it.
Yeah.
To.
Well, might not be able to then. Yeah, it was right at the end there. Owen ran out of fuel on the last lap.
Oh no! Let's see how quickly we can skip through it. Sometimes it lets you skip through a lap, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, you might need to
annoyingly
go over the line first.
I'm doing this for you, Derek. I'm not sure it's worth it. It's a lot of laps. Oh god, this really wasn't worth it. Might be quick to just do this actually. I think it is. I hope you're enjoying the stream, everyone. Right, final lap. Did he really run out of fuel? Seems like it's got a decent amount left there. Oh, we've got a penalty for his troubles. Let's go back through. And yeah, that fuel is looking not great now, and there we go.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah, 2 corners to go. Oh, and he's not made the corner either. And here comes Nobby.
Here comes Nobby, he's not going to push him.
Nobby's gonna go for the line.
Oh, no,
Nobby's out of fuel as well! You goes Derek. And Mikey is too far back, I think. Yeah, Derek getting 2 places.
Oh, no.
In the final corner.
Well,
I just thought then, yeah. Just thought you're right. He's going to push him over the line, and no, he's run out of fuel himself. So, Shell is not the best choice for fuel, apparently. We should go to Tesco.
Fuel, yeah. But for your oil lubricant needs, yes. For your petrol, not so much. Go with.
There we go.
BP.
Go to Asda.
Go to Asda.
Right, there we go. All done. So, thank you very much for joining us. Next week, in case you didn't hear before, the details will be up on the Discord shortly, but next week will be at Mount Panorama, everyone's favourite, my favourite especially, Bathurst. Your car will be the Group 3 V12 Vantage Aston Martin.
As seen on the top of the screen.
Indeed. I might have been doing some testing, as you can tell. We will have a Group 3 sprint race and a Group 3 endurance race. Yeah, okay. So far, so good. The sprint race will be fairly short. We're going to start in reverse championship order. So no qualifying, reverse championship order. And there will be no pressure beach. Additionally there will be light damage on for just as there was in this endurance race for the sprint race. And then for the endurance race, we will start in the same order we finished the sprint race, and there'll be a 24-lap race with 8 times fuel, and heavy damage will be on.
Eek.
So for anyone that is, because I don't know if we've ever done it in FTRL, we must have not at some point, but I can't remember it. And so for the uninitiated, heavy damage means if your car gets damaged, which is liable to around Bathurst, then you will have to pit to repair the damage. So the fuel will mean that...
Time your accidents well.
Yes, please. The fuel will mean that we're pitting fairly often, so it will limit the damage as it is somewhat, but any accidents and you will have to pit and repair it, so good luck, everybody. This is the part, we're into the pro bit now. This separates the, as Derek said, it separates the boys from the bigger boys.
Bigger boys game.
Bigger boys. So yeah, really looking forward to that. We will see you all here. Well, it'll be next Thursday for the race, and we'll see you next Friday for the stream. So from myself and my co-commentator. Hope you have a very good rest of the evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.